Hello, hello, and welcome, or should I say, ho, 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 Christmas cousins. I'm Cousin Chad.
And I'm Cousin Seth.
And we are back from our extended summer hiatus. I have to pull back the curtain a little. Well, for those of you who are newer to the show or just decided it's July, I'm going to listen to a podcast called the Christmas Cousins Podcast. I don't know why that you would find it. So I'm assuming these are mostly returning listeners at this point, Seth. But for those of you who don't know, I am a holiday, a seasonal, a Christmas lover. My dear cousin Seth was not into any of the holidays at all or doing anything seasonal or festive or fun. So I said, Seth. And then he said, yes, Chad. Actually, probably said Cousin Seth because I call him by his honorific, his proper title, Cousin Seth. And then I said, let's do a podcast where I take you through the season, share my love of the seasons, of everything that happens with fall and Christmas and the holidays, and see what happens. You may love it. You may hate it. It may completely tear our relationship asunder, but it was worth the journey. So we started a podcast. It took off. Now we have 23 million daily listeners, and that's in July, which is our off season, I would say. On season, we're probably more like 100 million daily. What do you think, Seth? Here we are.
It's unbelievable. And yes, as I said, time and time again, it's been quite the journey. But yeah, I was plucked out of the family. It's out of thin air or whatever you want to call it. But I was a willing recipient to go along with this, and I had no awareness of a lot of these things. And for the most part, it's changed my life in many ways.
In many ways, Seth, what would you say is the number one change you've seen?
I'd say my understanding of Christmas, my joy in taking part and some of the activities and stuff. I say a very happy byproduct. I met somebody. I met an amazing person and who I've been able to share in some of these experiences with. Yes. And so for those probably few million new listeners that we're catching right now, we often refer to her as Mrs. X.
Mrs. X, right? And we will get a Mrs. X update for everybody. Our sponsor said put it later in the show because the studies that they're showing is 98% of the people are listening solely to hear updates on your love life and nothing that I have to say. That's what the sponsors are telling me. What's that? Someone's in my ear right now? That's right. Chad, stop talking. More Seth, less Chad. Okay, got it. That's what the sponsors want. That's what the people want, Seth. Speaking of the people, we did get a review, and this is new to me. I don't know exactly when it came in. It was from Canada, so I don't see those, but I did text it to you, and I thought this is a fun review. So I'm going to share it real fast, and then we'll get into our summer. This is what we're going to do today. Here's the agenda, by the way. We're going to go over this listener review. I have an email that I shared with you that one of the listeners sent, a little summer catch-up review if we've watched any of the Hallmark Christmas in July movies, talk about some of the upcoming shows we have, what our plans are. And also go over your love life, of course, as we get ready and prepare for what will be season 4, but really our second full year where you will become. All right, are you ready? Maybe I should drop it now. Sean from the Christmas podcast suggests you changing your name from the festive freshman to the seasonal sophomore. What do we think about that, Seth? I like that.
Oh, I do like that.
I thought that was fantastic.
Ring to it.
Yeah, that I like that. Maybe we'll interchange them at first because you're still a freshman in many things. Speaking of which, the biggest change I've seen in you, just to go back to that real fast. Sorry, we're shot out of the cannon here, as we say.
Yeah. Oh, this is nice.
It is nice. Well, I'm excited to see you. I haven't even seen Seth. We've been texting, of course, like daily, but haven't seen him. Seth, the number one thing I see is your days were kind of a long, bleak day or week. And there wasn't like day to day, a lot of fun stuff coming necessarily. Not that it wasn't, you had a lot of good things going, but now the little things have become fun for you. Going to grocery stores, going to Trader Joe's, seeing what movies are coming out, what groceries are, when's the pumpkin spice coming out? What are the seasonal beers? There's added all these aspects to you that I have seen as the biggest change for day to day, the little things that have just made your day better.
Taking part in public sing-alongs.
Yes, that's right.
It's
getting out of your house.
Absolutely. It's like, who knows where I would end up. And it's just like, yeah, it has been remarkable. But it's funny you say that. It's just like, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, moving into the next phase. But there are probably a lot of things that I haven't touched on or seen. And I'm sure there'll be things I'll revisit, but
Oh yes, there's a lot. I mean, we could do nothing but, other things you haven't tried yet, or you haven't, or other movies you haven't seen yet. There's still a ton. So
yeah.
you will be a seasonal sophomore, but you'll also encompass your spirit of your festive freshmanness. But thank you, Sean from Christmas Podcast. Check that out. It's like a bi-weekly wrap up of all the Christmas podcasts out there, which is cool. And when we're doing like 5 or 7 episodes a week, he's got to roll his eyes, Seth. And it's like, okay, and on Tuesday, it's the Christmas cousins doing this. On Wednesday, it's the Christmas cousins. Did they sleep?
Right, exactly. It's like it's an old TV guide. Look it up, kids.
Yeah, it is. Right,
at
exactly.
9 o'clock hour, at the 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
Seth, there was a point where we were doing some weeks 5 to 7 episodes in a week. I think that was after you brought that what was that snowflake powder up from Colombia? I think that's what that was.
Yeah, I think so. That was a boost that we needed. Get us there.
That was like nonstop episodes right there. That was pretty crazy.
It was fun.
Right.
I think
it was.
Yeah. I don't think it ran dry or we ran out of things. Everything was a nice, unique experience for you included, I would think. It's
absolutely
seeing my reaction, good, bad, or otherwise.
It was. And just being able to sit there with some of the things like taking Trader Joe's, all our finds, and sitting there for an hour and dissecting them, or beers and meeting all the great people. Fun. But I want to read this review. So here we go. It's called the Great White North Hoser is who wrote it. And the title is Christmas Cousins Cult, which I love. I like the title already. It says, love this podcast. It's such a unique take on the Christmas podcast format and keeps me excited to listen to each upload. The chemistry is fun. The chemistry and fun is so pure and authentic. Well, that is true. This is pure and authentic. This is how we are off air. He writes, well done. Or she writes, well done. Might be a little heavy on the sound effects, but that's okay. I'll take the hit there. I do love a good sound effect.
Very appropriate.
Yes, exactly. For me, the more the better. I also do feel like their beginning welcoming line sounds like I'm in a cult, but I will gladly join the Christmas Cousins cult. Merry Christmas. So here's a sound effect. What do you think about that review, Seth?
That is interesting. When you sent it to me, it did get me thinking. I was like, not about starting a cult or anything.
Right.
Just like, how could I? But yeah, it's just that intro. It's like saying like, it's very welcoming and inviting. I mean, that's what you'd want. You don't want some brash, like in your face, like start to a show. And it's just
right. Is it the welcome, hello, and welcome, or should I say, ho, Christmas cousins? That he feels like is a cult like opening. I thought that'd be more like, hello, my followers, send all your money. No, I think that's more of a cult. I did though, Seth. I was curious, so I looked up what makes a cult group, and let's see if we qualify as a cult.
Okay.
One line. A cult is a group or movement with a shared commitment to a usually extreme ideology that is usually embodied in a charismatic leader. So I started to break this down. Do we have a beloved figure, a charismatic leader in someone who's, say, 6'3", names Cousin Seth? And I was like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. That's like the number one thing. So, okay, yes. Do we have that? We have the charismatic leader. Now,
okay, I was thinking much more broad.
Do we have an extreme ideology? The extreme ideology may be practicing, celebrating Christmas in July. That could be extreme, right?
Yeah. Or being able to take and carry those feelings from Christmas throughout the year, or those things. And I don't know.
That could be extreme.
Yeah.
There's also a few other things. Abuse of members.
That could. You do have an unruly. What is it? how do I call this nicely? Well, your tireless work ethic is sometimes imposed on others. So,
That's a nice way to put it. Okay.
but yeah,
Right.
but I guess it's also we would be co-leaders. I don't think.
Yeah. Yes. I think you would be the leader. You're the charismatic leader.
Okay.
I'm more like the cult secretary, I think, in this case. But
Okay.
okay. Well, although I did have, you could consider it abuse, and I made you try the pumpkin spice oatmeal mush. That
Yeah,
could be abuse. Right. Okay.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Some drank
Uh,
Kool-Aid. I had to drink eggnog.
right. Exactly.
I
That's a
had
good point.
no way in liking that to Jonestown. It was
Speaking of
bad, but
which,
I understand there were much more dire consequences with that.
there were,
Excuse me.
there were. Well, we won't stay in this too long, but let me just see a couple others. A belief that the leader is has the exclusive means of knowing the truth or giving validation. That may be true with you, because if you don't say like, let's do it, we're not doing it, Seth. So you have like that kind of authoritarian like lacking accountability, but authoritarian rule. What do you think about that?
I didn't know I had that power. Uh, Now I do. I might choose to
Yes.
exercise it a little more.
All right. What about lack of meaningful financial disclosure regarding budget? Now, since you're one of the world's wealthiest men, and if
I
you're
knew
new
this
to the
would come
show,
up.
we'll get into that. We have
Yeah,
no budget. You just kind of bankroll any idea we have, including the
yeah,
jet.
right. And we do seem to go on. I mean, other than maybe some technical issues once in a while, but you
That's
know,
true. That's true. Interesting. All right. Oh, one last one. A belief that former followers are wrong for leaving and there's never a legitimate reason to leave. That would be like someone stopping listening to us. Like maybe they heard us discussing a cult for a minute too long and they stopped listening.
yeah, right, right. We would suggest come to the leaders for. I mean, to the cousins
Yes.
first.
Yes.
Yes, talk to us first before you go out into the world.
Yes. You want to leave? That's fine. Good
Don't defect
luck.
now. Things are really getting good. The
Seth has
mothership
all
should
the
be here
answers.
very soon. Yes,
That's
exactly.
right. All right. So anyway, but I digress. I really digressed on that one, Seth. So that was the listener review. Now I did get an email, which I thought was really fun from one of our listeners about the Home Alone house. This is kind of a breaking Christmas news. Apparently the Home Alone house is for sale. So Cousin Mary, thank you for sending this info. And she wrote, the Home Alone house in Winnetka, Illinois is up for sale. I sent the information about the house along with the realtor's info in case Cousin Seth was interested in investing in a famous home. This
That's
is posted
great.
on Facebook. Yes. So I did let her know. We appreciate that. Now, this house is only 5.25 million, 9,100 square feet, which is, I'm thinking, pretty light work for you, correct?
Yeah, from the street, it doesn't look that big. So it
Right.
must go back farther. So
Okay.
it's
Are you interested?
it is nice, but it's a little crammed in there between the other multi-million-dollar homes, whatever.
Right. Okay.
It's,
So do you think, Seth, in all seriousness, you can call the realtor and get a tour and broadcast live? That would be cool. Maybe you and Mrs. X make it I'm sure they're not just showing it to anybody. You probably have to be like pre-qualified or something, but that would be really cool. See what you can do.
Yeah, I will. I'm sure I have to disclose some financials.
Yeah, but that's fine.
I have some legitimate ones.
They'll be like, they'll look at your financials and be like, wow, that was a really great 10 years. You're like, that was my July financials. They won't even know.
Exactly.
But, Seth, you know what to do. You know what to do. All right. If you can make that happen, make that happen. And thank you, Cousin Mary, for sending that over. That was fun, I thought. So Seth, let's catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
What has been going on? It's been a few weeks. What has been going on? Everyone wants to know, including me. What have you been up to? What's new? Let's get into it. How is your summer going? And how is your Christmas in July so far going?
It's been good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I been spending a lot of time planning for the upcoming season.
Okay.
With Mrs. X, kind of some big plans.
Okay, well, hang on.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to go into it. So.
No, I do want to hear. But what
are
some of the? Well, we could get into that, I guess. What are these plans you're planning? Okay.
I have let's say lots of notes, but yeah, we can reach that part.
Okay.
Oh, it was so many things.
Look at this guy with notes.
I
Notes,
know.
everybody. This is
It's crazy.
crazy. I love it.
Um,
He didn't look
yeah.
through the notes before the show. He's looking live on
Right.
air, which I like.
I did this completely random. I was mostly curious about a 2-week hiatus. Joined a beer club.
Oh yes.
That's
Oh
big
yeah.
news.
Have you gotten your first beer yet? Or
Yes, so I
beers?
got a my first 8-pack. So
Oh,
they do 4 of their regulars, and then or 2 each of their 4 regulars, and then
what is the beer thing? You don't have to give specific name unless you want, but what does it encompass?
so you get all sorts of like perks and benefits. Like every month you get like a different sampler for free. You might get a free appetizer. So it's a place really very close. They're actually opening one even closer. It's called Lazy Dog Restaurant. They're
Oh, it's an
very
actual restaurant. It's not like a
yeah.
beer that they send to your house. Oh, okay.
Oh
Lazy
yeah,
Dog Restaurant. What night are you
yes.
going? Like, like Cousin Bob and other people are going to go. Lazy Dog Restaurant. Give a night you're going and see if anybody shows up. Let's do that. That'll be fun.
Okay, well, probably won't be till next week, but
We need
Mrs.
they
X
can
and
be
I.
watching, listening anytime.
Uh, it's generally on like a Thursday night or something like
So
that.
Thursday night, that will be the 18th or so, something like that. July 18th.
Yes.
Thursday night or so. Seth will be making an appearance at Lazy Dog Restaurant on is that the Willow Road location, or is the Willow Road's their new one?
That's one of the new ones, but the one we're going to is in Vernon Hills.
Vernon Hills Lazy Dog Restaurant. Bob, everybody else listening, Thursday the 18th, probably around 6 p.m. Seth or so, Central Time.
Yeah, sounds about
This is
right.
exciting.
6:30.
This is really
I'll
exciting.
be
Wow.
there trying different beers and
Oh my
maybe having
gosh.
something to eat.
Okay. Whoever can go, show up, take pictures, send pictures of Cousin Seth in the wild. We'll send you a big prize package, everything. That's great. So Lazy Dog, I see the beer club
Right.
up here. That's exciting. I like that. That's fun.
And
So
if
if I
you
come to
wanna
visit, we could try.
have right. And they'll upgrade your 16 ounce to a 22 ounce for free.
Really?
Yeah. The benefits and perks do not stop coming. So
Oh my gosh. Have you tried the Bonita Mountain style pale ale they have?
yes. Yeah, we actually had shared a couple on the way over. There's a park near us. They had some concerts on Tuesday night. So we walked over and shared a couple
Oh.
beers and took the dogs.
What was the concert set? We're getting in deep here. This is great.
Yes, it was some symphonic band that played. Every week it changes. So like next week is
Okay.
like a Beatles cover band or something. Or maybe it's the Beatles. It could be yeah, I'm not sure exactly. It might be the Beatles.
Well, okay. It's either the Beatles or a Beatles cover band.
Yeah,
one of the two.
I'm sorry, I don't
So
know.
this is really exciting because they are then going to release like a pumpkin week, a Christmas week, right? Like they're going to have seasonal things that you'll get as a beer club member.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they're all themed. So yeah, as you get closer to, like I said, yeah, to Halloween, stuff like that. And it's
right. Like you just did America the Brutiful, release number 22.
Right. So yeah,
Okay.
my I think that I got their starter kit. So
Oh, you got okay, starter kit. I don't know what
but
that
it's
is.
good. They partner with all these beers, different all these different breweries and stuff throughout the country. And
Wow.
yeah.
This is fun, Seth. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a big change. I wasn't doing this a year ago or over a year
No,
ago.
you weren't. This is you've got a lot going on. I'm trying to see what they did last year for Christmas, but I don't see. But we'll figure it out. Okay, so we'll be following Seth's Beer Club adventures as well, because that'll be very seasonal. That'll go along the line of the show. It's not just Seth all the time, Cousin Seth all the time. It is going to be, of course, the Christmas cousins, but part of the journey is him going and finding these seasonal beers, where in the past he might just go and say, "Hey, bartender, give me a Schlitz," or whatever they drink out there in Chicago.
Right.
And so, okay, no Floyd Brother beers, correct?
No, but I'm very cognizant of them everywhere I go now. They seem to, I mean, they're very popular around here. Where it's just like, and I send you like shots from their pictures.
You do. Now, that is for those of you who've listened before, Joe the Christmas aficionado, who has his own channel on YouTube and has been on the show many times. He hates Three Floyds Brewing, hates them. He says he likes them. Then we have beer tastings on. He doesn't like their beer every time, despite what he says. And every time now Cousin Seth is at a restaurant, it seems like they have Three Floyd ales, and he sends me a picture of it, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And he's gonna write me right now and say I do like Three Floyds, but he hasn't proven it on air at all, Seth. So we'll see.
Well, and I won't order them just on principle alone.
That's right.
Nope, sorry.
Yeah, Shay.
I'm sure they're not that bad.
We will be having Joe on as a guest actually on next week because they're doing the Hallmark ornament premieres. He's going to get his haul. He's been kind enough to say he's going to come on air and share his the ornament premiere haul with us, which I am very excited about because I want to see what he got. I know he loves those, and that's going to be fun, Seth. I like that. So that'll be coming up. If you're listening and you have some great ornaments you want to share, we can post them on Instagram, or if you just want to tell us one like that we should definitely get, christmascousinspod@gmail.com or at Christmas Cousins on Instagram and Facebook as well. So that's so far yours. Anything else you've done over the summer? Then let's just get into quickly what you've done for Christmas in July. This is fascinating.
Knocked out a couple books.
Which book?
To be fair, I listened to one of them, but
okay.
I read a book.
Baba Booey listens. I read a book.
So the Schwarzenegger one, I listened to that.
Yeah.
It was really nice just to kind of listen to. John Cleese's one on creativity. It's a nice, quick read. And what's the other one? World's Worst Assistant. Sona Movsesian from the Conan O'Brien show is assistant.
Okay.
So, yeah, I finished it, but it was good. Yeah.
All right.
I read that one. Words and all.
3 celebrity books is what you read. All celebrity driven books. It's interesting.
Yeah. Don't read into it too much. I'm not writing any sort of.
All right. I was reading into that. I thought you were dropping the Cousin Seth book was coming. Maybe there is one coming. The From Festive Freshman to Seasonal Sophomore, your guide to embracing the holiday seasons all year long.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I like it.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. I see your people behind you scrambling to write that down and copyright that name.
Yes, sir. We're typing it out.
Typing it up now, sir. Wait, what did he say? All right. So, Christmas in July, Seth. Have you done anything so far Christmas in July related?
Yes. So there was Mrs. X got me a Christmas gift.
What?
Yes. And
a Christmas gift in July. I like Mrs. X.
Yes.
This is cool.
The exchange hasn't taken place, and I'm not going to say what I got her.
Okay.
Because we're going to do it. We're not going to be able to do it on the 25th because we're going to be out of town. So we're going to try to do it as close to that as possible.
So Mrs. X is a Christmas lover, correct?
She is. And
wow.
I guess I can divulge this. There's a lot of people. I say Bob from Festive Foreign Films in particular is very excited, but I am going to get a proper Christmas this year.
Wow, this is exciting.
From Mrs. X to all the immediate X's in her circle. They celebrate and they celebrate big. There's a whole day of it. It's
wow.
Yeah. It's
this is great. This is great.
As long as I don't screw it up, I'm getting an invite.
Yes, exactly. I also feel like they're taking some of the holiday festive burden off my shoulders, and they're going to make sure you're enjoying the season as well.
Yeah, I think so. Everybody has been great with it.
It takes a village to raise a Cousin Seth, is what we're learning here. And
absolutely.
So think about this is crazy how this all unraveled. I come to you and say, let's do this podcast about the seasons and Christmas and everything. Then several months into it or whatever it was, of course, it's a smashing success. You become a worldwide sensation and you end up finding and dating someone who is a Christmas lover, a Hallmark lover. It almost like prepared you to meet her, Seth. This is crazy.
Yeah, it really has. And it's just like, I wasn't expecting it. It was like at her house one day and she opens up a drawer. She's like, here, you want these? And it was like these little pails and stuff, all matching ones for like little treat baskets and stuff like that, with little Christmas trees all over it, around it and everything. And it was just, I was like, oh, I mean, this was, when did we meet? It was around Marchish, February, March. But yeah,
Okay.
it's just,
She still
and then
had the stuff out.
yeah. And it was, she was just
Wow.
telling me about, like, oh, my family does this. And I was like, oh, but yeah, this, the big reveal of what actually goes down on Christmas Day, I just heard, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. I'm like,
Are you able to share? Because I'm fascinated. I want to know what we can expect for you to expect. I may have to show up.
there's a gathering at someone's home that she's
Okay.
very close with, and
Okay.
it's a big gathering, and a big gift exchange, food, drink,
This is
people
on the
spending
day
time.
itself. On the day itself.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And this whole day is just everybody spends together, and
It's
um,
called Christmas, Seth. It's called Christmas.
I understand. I'm like, which one of you goes to work though?
Now, last year on Christmas, I know you stared at the wall and then you turned. We had this whole build up all season long. Then how was your actual day? You're like, I stared at my north wall. After a while, I stared at my west wall, then my south wall. And it was a little bit of a
Other
letdown.
room. I
This year,
know.
it's like a whole hoedown. You're going.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, you're dancing.
I threw it out there. I was like, well, what about like maybe doing a live or something from it? And it was,
Oh,
yeah, I still don't think we're getting Mrs. X on, but there's a lot of people in her camp that would definitely have expressed interest. And
I heard. I know. We'll get some. Proxy X's at least. Then that's what'll happen. So
oh, they're all great people. It's
okay. As the seasons go on, we'll have to bring them on for different things, a beer tasting or a Trader Joe's tasting or something. That'll be fun. Starbucks versus Donut versus Dunkin' again this year. This
yeah.
is all happening sooner than we realize. I don't know. Have you been to Hobby Lobby? They have Christmas all over. Michael's are starting to get, or Michael's or all those types of stores are starting to get, they're full of fall already. If you go in, it's full like fall right now.
Okay, I haven't been, but yeah, that's trying to think if I've seen anything. Yeah, well, it would have gone. So we went back to South Haven, Michigan.
Back to South Haven, Michigan, everybody.
Yeah.
A second trip. If you've been listening for a while, you know Seth took a big weekend getaway. That was the first big test of the relationship. How'd it go? It went great. He nailed it. Yes, we rehearsed. Seth and I rehearsed the whole week leading up to it, various scenarios. What would they say this? But Seth, you did great. So, okay.
So we
You
did.
went back. You went back.
We did. It was great. Went to the beach, had an awesome time, went in the water, climbed sand dunes, felt what it's like to have a heart attack or come very close to having a heart attack.
But you're in good shape. But Seth, you do
Yeah.
jujitsu and stuff.
Yeah. But I was climbing them with someone that was, well, I don't think it's a big, a 10-year-old. I'm like, all right, I'm racing a 10-year-old at the top who's got, a ton of energy. So I was like, okay. But yeah, that was awesome. And once we got to the top, there was an incredible view of like the lake and everything. And
okay.
yeah. So anyway, so while we were there on the downtown area, was scoping out different stores and stuff because there's a couple like antique stores and things like that that have, or I say Christmas sections, but have a considerable amount of Christmas stuff, ornaments,
Really?
house decorations. Yeah. So I was like, all right, this is good. So I didn't pick up one this time, but I do have the ornament they picked up last time. So
You did from last time, right? Yes. Well,
yeah.
because I know South Haven has a whole southwestern Michigan area. It has a whole downtown, and they have a lot of antique stores, a really cute downtown area. I know that. So that will be a really fun place to see because the picture I'm seeing of it right now, they're actually decorated for fall, and it looks awesome. So that's fun. Okay.
Oh yeah, that downtown area I'm sure is great. We're actually Mrs. X and I are planning for New Year's to go there. It'll probably be a ghost town for the most part, but I'm sure there'll be like restaurants and stuff and just go there overnight. And
okay. How far is that from your house? How many hours?
Like 2.5 hours.
Oh, so you could go over the fall, take a little fall getaway and report back and also have fun if you want, but mainly report back.
Yeah,
I want to see what
pick
it's
up
like.
I can pick you up some fireworks in Indiana if you need.
Oh, okay. It sounds like it's like a Hallmark style downtown, right? It looks really cool.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So
Did you go to
yeah,
the Kalamazoo Candle Company?
I would. Yeah, I think
It's
so.
right there on William Street. So check it
That
out next time.
funny enough, that's something I do now that I never thought I'd be comfortable doing. I light candles in my
You
home.
really,
Yeah,
really?
and I haven't
Hold on
burned
a
down
second.
any of them.
For those of you who've gotten to know Seth a little bit, he is a little bit neurotic, and I can't see him comfortably having a lit flame in his house and relaxing. And you do this and you can relax. You enjoy the scent and you're not worrying about the old, like the Chicago fire happening again.
No, no, absolutely not. So,
Wow. Okay.
um,
This is big news. How did you get comfortable with fire in your house?
I don't know. I was like, oh, I associate pleasant things with it. So yeah, I guess it takes burning down a house to be like, oh, I could do
Right.
that.
What scent are you doing?
I figured it was a little more protected because it's in a glass thing. It's not like I'm falling asleep on a bed with a lit cigarette. So
That's true. And
anymore.
what is the scent that you're doing? You do like a summer scent right now?
I have varying ones. Yeah, downstairs is more like a beach scent. And
Oh,
then
okay.
yeah, in the bathroom, I think is some raspberry or berry type mix.
Wow.
I
Okay.
don't know
Well,
why that was the
speaking of
choice.
beaches, Seth, very good
Yes.
segue, by the way. We're going from the Great Chicago Fire of 1871 to beach talk. So, what is the latest? I meant to ask you earlier. I said, I'm just going to ask you live on air. Are we going to get this party going? Are we getting a Cousin Seth visit? Officially, are we getting a Cousin Seth visit in North Carolina in August? That's what I want to hear.
It's going to be more August.
August, yes.
The
August,
thought,
right. We were thinking July originally.
yeah, I was thinking going to tail end of after the concert, we were going to come out and out there. Unfortunately, I had something that Monday and Tuesday, so so
Right.
yeah, we'll have to see. So yeah, a couple of details we'll have to discuss off air, but
Okay. Well, let's just do it
yeah,
on air.
I
It's
want
much
to
easier. Just do it. We'll just
right.
workshop it.
Here, let
Everybody
me
who's
go get my
listening,
credit card. I'll just give you the number
yeah.
if you can.
Someone go to kayak.com and find Seth a flight, would you? I mean, he flies private. What am I talking about? Kayak.com. It was a joke. It was a joke, people. He would never. Maybe it's a lark.
I'm debating sending my child solo.
Yes.
Not that I don't want to come. It's just I have a couple things in the works that I'll get to eventually, or that I'll get to discussing eventually.
Well, my son just flew solo for the first time to visit some friends, and it was fine, no problems at all. Dropped him off, picked
Okay.
him up, very easy, so that's good. And you want to send your son down? We'll be there to pick him up. We'll make sure everything goes. So
Yeah.
think about it. And but we need a cousin Seth visit as well. I know my
Yeah.
daughter and your son, who are cousins, obviously are best buds. They talk constantly. I mean, constantly. I almost never walk in and they're not like on the phone. So of course, my daughter is demanding that your son
Mhm.
comes this summer and
Yeah.
visits for like 2 weeks. And I think they're in agreement. So that's on you. That's on you right now.
Well, I just found out, well, I'd say a couple of weeks ago, but the start date for school, and I was like, oh, I thought we had like another week, but I
Right.
don't know.
It's a suggested start date. It's not the exact start date.
Right. Going into high school, like it's not going to be all that different.
It's really not. Yeah. And people in our family are very smart. So he can miss a week. It's not a big deal.
Right.
So
I think it's like when you eventually get there, just beat the crap out of the smartest kid, and that solves
right.
everything. You're good for the next 4 years.
Worked for you, Seth. It worked for you.
Right. Such a bull.
Such a bully he was. And by the way, I did know you when you were 10 and you were very fast. You could have beaten that 10-year-old if you were still 10. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. So
She flew up. I was like, oh my God. Like she did stop at one point, but I think it was to see if I was alive, which is very sweet of her.
that is sweet.
Great kid. What do I do with cousin Seth? Just kick him on your way down. Okay.
Yeah. Just give him a nice burial in the sand. He'll be fine. He'll be good.
Absolutely.
So, okay, so we covered all that, Seth. Of course, I had a nice little hiatus myself. I was away for a couple of weeks.
How was
We
it?
went on it was super fun. We were on a family cruise.
Mhm.
I did some karaoke that I have on video. I'll show you that you'll love. I did a Elvis's Suspicious Mind live in front of people. And
Nice.
It was very funny. It was that was a good time. I didn't know how that would go. And what else? Then we just visited some family. So I was away for a couple of weeks, and we're back. So Seth, let's just talk about real fast because we're already 35 minutes in. We've covered the whole show. I feel like we just got started. So
Yeah.
Hallmark movies. I just want to see Christmas in July. What have you been doing so far? I know you said you did watch Falling Like Snowflakes, right?
No, I am going to watch. I was going to watch it last night.
Okay.
It's my excuse a lot, but yeah, I want to watch it because I want to watch another movie and get back.
Get this guy.
Start discussing some of these movies. And
Are you
there's
going to
like,
watch it solo?
No, I guess no. I don't have to. I don't have to think about that. That's been a big realization too. I don't have to do this stuff by myself anymore.
That's right.
But it's fun watching it with someone else and just like you can make comments and because
I think I need to get Mrs. X's cell phone number. So I'm like, listen, Seth is supposed to watch this movie by Tuesday. Can you make sure he watches it by Tuesday?
Oh, she would.
Okay, because last year I'd be like, Seth, we have the show in 20 minutes where we're reviewing this movie. Like, okay, I'll be there in 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm like, that's a suspicious time frame you're giving me.
Her response would be, he's probably working on Seth time, which she's aptly titled or named it.
I like that. Oh, Seth time. Hold on a second. Drum roll, everybody.
It doesn't have to become a regular thing.
Oh, it'll be regular. Welcome to Seth time, everybody.
Hello.
What is Seth time?
Generally running behind a lot of what you've experienced say for many, many years, but this show in particular.
Right. Although you were on time tonight, pretty much. When I said, can we do it early? You said yes. And you were good. So,
yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I'm like, this is the best you're going to get out of me. So
I like that. Okay. Seth time. There we go, everybody. So, all right. So you're going to watch Falling Like Snowflakes. I've seen it.
Okay.
People have mixed feelings or reviews. In case we do cover it, I won't say anything just yet about it, but it does have Marcus Rosner with that great jawline that we love. You've seen him in many things now.
Yeah.
And the other girl, the star was, I forget what she was in. I think the fashion design movie last year she was in. Is that the same one? I could be wrong, but I think so. Where they did the Christmas, they had like this plaid Christmas jacket. Yes, I think that's the same one.
Matching pajamas.
Yes. I love those.
I watched Christmas Aficionado's 60-second recap of that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, or the trope. Was it the trope one or
the recap? You did a recap. Yes.
Okay. All right. So I watched that, but yeah, I have not watched it. I'm gonna watch everything, and I'm gonna watch everything. Man, it's a bold. Hold on.
Are you declaring you're gonna watch all? Are you declaring you're gonna watch all 40 movies right here? Is that what you're declaring?
I thought it was only 4 for July.
The July movies. There's Falling Like Snowflakes. There's a Hallmark movies now, The Missing Nutcracker or something like that. There's the extended cut of The Wise Men and a Baby. And then there's the other one, Rescuing Christmas. And then there is one where I really am interested in. They're in Vermont, which I love. One of the guys is like a brewmaster. Forget the name of that one.
Okay. Right.
19th or something, but that looks really good.
Okay. Yeah, I will definitely. That one does look good. I remember talking about that one. And I'm part of the beer club now.
Oh, that's right. And you have a summer concert coming up. You're seeing Foo Fighters, correct?
Yeah, 2 weeks. So the 25th.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
This Sunday, Seth, I tell you, you would love this. I'm going with Dan, my step brother-in-law, Danny, who's great. He got me tickets to see G Love. So we're seeing G Love, which is
very nice.
Really fun. I saw him last year. He was awesome. And then a couple weeks after that, we're seeing Slightly Stupid and the Dirty Heads with my son, my nephew, and my brother-in-law. And that is going to be a blast. I'm super excited for that. The Slightly Dirty Tour, they're calling it. That's going to be cool. That's
great.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I know you'd like that one. So
that's on the 27th or?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're in town, if you happen to things change, you happen to be in town, we'll find your ticket.
That is very tempting.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a fun show with Danny and everybody. It'll be good. So think about it.
Yeah.
You let us know. I won't be hounding you about when you're coming. Don't worry.
I'm sure. I'm sure. This is it. You're like, I don't
This
need
is it.
to.
You know me. I just let things go. I'm not persistent like that at all. So Seth,
Right.
let's talk
Yes.
about some upcoming shows, what we have planned. So next week we have Joe, the Christmas aficionado. He's going to be on doing an ornament haul review, which I'm excited about.
Yep.
Before we know it, we're also going to do some more Christmas in July movies. We're going to do that. We're just going to see what else comes up. July is still going to be pretty mellow. I am moving in a couple of weeks too, so that'll take up some time.
Yeah.
I'll keep my microphone on me and unpacked in case we have something to cover. Hopefully you come out at some point, which I'm expecting, and then we'll do a live show together, which will be fun.
Yeah.
And
That was fun. We did it with Bram.
that was really fun. Yeah. And we did the drinking one too. The
Right.
beer
Right.
review together. We
Yeah.
did
Two
two.
back-to-back ones.
That was fun, right? And we had Bran on with the interview. That was really fun. Well, hopefully we'll be able to get him back on too. But in August, we'll pick it up a little bit more. We'll start introducing and seeing what comes out for fall. We know the end of August is they drop the pumpkin drinks. We know that all the pumpkin decor is out. Maybe we'll do some scent taste testings at Bed Bath and Body Works. All the foods that come out, we're going to do that. We're going to find some new stuff to do. So August will slowly be ramping up. September it'll be on. October it'll be on. It's great. It's great.
That is, yeah. It's like, I completely see like September 1, like, yep, it'll be good. You can go into stores. And because I mean, last year, I don't remember exactly when it was, but it was in September where I think it went into World Market, and they had a decent selection of stuff. And I was like, okay, this is out there. And
you had no idea that in September, any store would have any Christmas at the time.
It seemed absurd. I knew like just how things have gone. Most holiday, stores put stuff out earlier, but this is just like, I don't know. Before any Thanksgiving stuff or Halloween, it was just like,
well, you'll get fall stuff in June now, which is crazy. Like right after Memorial Day, you'll start seeing some fall stuff drop. So it's pretty wild. Yeah. So I'm excited for all of it. I love summer. I love fall. I love winter. I love spring, winter. Get some Z's.
When the birds and the bees.
Yeah, when the man in red gets some Z's or whatever it says. Anyway, for those of you who know what we're referencing, you know what we're referencing. Mm-hmm. But Seth, this is a fantastic 42 minutes. I thought we were on for 10 minutes. This is crazy. I thought we'd do a quick episode just catching up. This is a lot of fun. I will be hounding you to see when you're coming out. This will be airing tomorrow, which will be July 10th. And we'll be back next week with Christmas Aficionado, maybe something else if you or I have some thoughts or ideas. And we'll be on and still taking it easy, Seth. Don't worry. We're still taking it easy.
Yeah.
As soon as I find more new stuff for you, more eggnog tasting too this year. It's going to be good. We've got to do it.
There's some stuff we didn't get to last year. It's
fruitcake. Fruitcake tasting.
I don't know. That and a lot of it. Figgy pudding. Never had that.
Yes. Right. And we have to do the Christmas in the UK versus US, more of that, explore that. We've got so many things to do. That's with, of course, Craig, the Christmas guy, 365. We'll get all that going. Yeah. There's so much to do.
All our honorary cousins, maybe some new ones. And
there'll be new ones. There'll be new ones too. This is great. The seasonal sophomore coming, the festive freshman. I love it. This is all good stuff. So very exciting. Congrats to you and Mrs. X for your love.
Thank you.
Blossoming and blooming.
Thank you.
And it's great. Seth is glowing. For those of you, I will post this on YouTube. Cousin Seth is glowing. There's no light on in his house at all. It's just his glow. That's it.
The radiant glow that comes from.
Look at this guy from doom and gloom. Yes.
Oh, I should tell everyone that there was some jewelry purchased.
Whoa. Hang on a second. Whoa, I need a.
But it's not the jewelry you would think.
Whoa. I'm looking for sound effects here. I'm going crazy. So, hang on a second. You've got jewelry, but not, so it's not a ring.
It's not a ring. It are friendship bracelets. That say MX Heart CS.
Yes, that's right. I need a picture so you can post that on the gram.
Okay, definitely. Yeah,
and
it's pretty fancy.
What are those initials? What are those initials for people who haven't figured it out yet?
MX, so Mrs. X,
Yes.
and little heart symbol, and CS, Cousin Seth.
I love that. I was cracking up that those are the initials you guys use for those bracelets. That is awesome.
I love it. And this is entirely Mrs. X's design. So she's a good jewelry designer. If her current gig doesn't work out, she's definitely got a future in this. So
and where can people purchase these MX Heart CS bracelets? Are you going to be on QVC or something? Or no?
We should.
One-off. Really? I'd buy one. I would love. Oh my gosh, I would love one. I was showing the picture to various family members that know you. So,
okay.
Yes, they all love the bracelet. So that bracelet, can you send me the picture so I could post it? I know you did, but I'm not sure where I have it.
I will. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's
pretty fancy. Go. Bracelet with, I mean, that's like almost official, a bracelet. Next thing you do is shrink it down. It's a ring. That's how it goes.
Right. Guess so. That was her plan.
Exactly. Or she'll make you grow and it'll fit a giant finger or something. I don't know what's going on over there in Chicago. But Seth, thank you. This has been a joy to do this again. A lot of fun. I'm happy to be back. Break the seal.
Thank you. Yes, definitely.
And I thank you, everybody, for continuing to email us and read us and review, even as we were on our hiatus, which, as Seth said, wasn't long enough for him. It was too long for me.
It didn't really seem like much of a hiatus.
It was like 24 hours. It was all good. Right. I wanted to broadcast live from my cruise, but we didn't have a good enough cell service, I guess. Yeah. But it was one thing. It's really funny. I know we're jumping off, but I was at the very same beach where you and I were when we went on the family cruise to Bermuda in '95, Horseshoe Bay. Oh. And I was like, I was telling like my wife and my daughter, I was here. Cousin Seth was right there. Like, they don't care. They're not as obsessed with you as I am, of course. Right. And I'm like, it's funny. Last time I was here was with Cousin Seth. And I'm telling all the Bermudan locals, they're like, okay.
They're like, that's who that statue is of. Like,
that's right. That's who CS is. We never knew. Anyway, that was beautiful. Pink sand beaches. Your footprint was still there. But everybody, thank you so much for joining. Hopefully you stuck around. This one went fast. I hope it was fast for the audience as well. And Seth, we will be back next week, if not sooner. Not sooner. That's a warning. If not sooner. All right, everybody. I'm Cousin Seth.
Cousin Seth. Going right to bed.
Right to bed. We may have a 2 a.m. episode.
I got a couple more things written down.